Japanese American Heritage Center is set to reopen next weekend. Action News 8 reporter Ariana Hasso got to tour the space today and joins us live in studio with the important stories the museum is bringing to life. Ari?
That's right, Caitlin. This will be the first time opening since the pandemic hit, so their doors have been shut for roughly 2 years now. But members say this museum is vital to telling the history of Monterey.
In 1909, a survey of the boats on Monterey Bay, there were 185 boats fishing for salmon, and 145 of them were Japanese boats. So you can see that the Japanese had a big influence on the development.
Through pictures, artifacts, and displays, stories are told. At the Japanese American Heritage Center, those essential elements give you a glimpse of how the Monterey Bay came to be what it is now, and the significant role the Japanese community played.
The Japanese brought so much to this community in terms of industry, in terms of work and fishing, the technologies they brought with them that changed the whole history of fishing on Monterey Bay.
Curator Tim Thomas walks us through the exhibits showing the economic impact of the Japanese-run abalone fishery in the Monterey Bay.
At one time before World War II, there were literally hundreds of Japanese fishermen along the coast here owning their own boats, right? And so that rich culture was brought here because, absolutely because of abalone.
Museum board member Larry Oda says now more than ever is the time to share these stories as incidents of hate crimes against Asian Americans are on the rise across the country.
It began with a comment that COVID came from China. And for some people that meant that, oh, if you're Chinese and you're diseased and you're bad.
Oda says it's a sad piece of history repeating itself.
Just as in World War II, you saw signs that Chinese people would say, I'm not Japanese, because the Japanese were targeted in World War II.
Stories about history that are essential to be retold in hopes that knowledge is gained and messages are conveyed.
We hope to use a museum to get that message across that it's, we're the neighbors, we're, trying to, or we are struggling just like you, to be successful, to raise our children, give them, a good life and contribute to the community.
The museum will open their doors on Saturday, January 22nd. The hours are 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. You can find the museum right across the street from Jack's Park.
Thanks, Ari. So look out on